Well, it's nice to see everybody. I have a new laptop, so I'm not doing it on my iPhone, and I can see everybody.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really different. All that time I was using my iPhone. Did everybody get the director's report? Because I was hoping to send it yesterday, but I got involved with Ed. He was all of a sudden asking me about the MAR and disproportionate cuts, but he didn't tell me the meeting was tonight. So I spent a lot of time yesterday emailing him with all the information, and that's why.
Yes, I got it. I have it right here on my phone. So, yeah.
If you, I'll bring it up when you're ready to, because Beth's joining us. So if we get started, I can also bring it up too.
Sorry. Hi.
That's okay.
You're not the only one.
I could not find it anywhere.
I couldn't either.
We'll send a reminder next week so that it's at the top, or not next week, next meeting, so that it's at the top of people's inboxes. So
just search for Jessica and it comes up.
Yeah. You want me to pull up the minutes and we can start there? Or?
Sounds good.
Okay, let me.
Sure. I have to. It's a little embarrassing. Did you already talk about how things are in Florida?
Hi, Beth.
Okay, I got it.
Okay.
Tommy, how are things in Florida? I can hear. Okay. Okay, I'll be quiet.
Yeah. I have one recommendation here to change.
Okay.
This is the minutes, yes. On the, if I can bring this down, come on. At the bottom where it says the roll call, I think that we need to add that it was unanimous, that's all.
Okay.
We don't want them getting out of their jobs.
I'll just add unanimously at the end.
Right. Yeah, I think.
No big deal, I guess, but I know when I was on the school committee, there's one gentleman who used to come in via telephone. And if there were votes like this, we had to indicate that it was a roll call vote.
Right, which she does have here, that it was a roll call vote. You could put roll call vote taken by all the trustees present, which you have listed at the top, and the vote was unanimous.
Oh, I see. You just wanted vote was unanimous.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't understand. Yeah.
Well, it was listed on the previous month's minutes also.
Right. I mean, this is probably, nobody's probably ever going to look at these minutes, but, God forbid that we would be the one
said that.
If they decide to go do that, we'll just make sure it's official and say that. Yeah, but that's my only correction that I could see.
Yeah, it would look good to me.
Do you know how to spell it?
Of course. I love spelling. That's why I hate spell check. They always pick a word that I don't even like or want. But I'm afraid to delete spell check. I don't know.
Yeah.
So do we have a motion to accept the minutes?
Oh.
Yes, I make a motion to accept the minutes.
Second.
Okay.
Everybody in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Do we have to do a roll call vote?
We do.
And it might make it easier is if Jessica calls each person's name out and they can say.
Okay. All right, Linda.
Aye.
Jessica, aye. Jim.
Aye.
Faith.
Aye.
Dawn.
Aye.
Jean.
Aye.
That is not Janine, but Mark.
Aye.
Barb. Oh, no, sorry. Jen.
Aye.
Debbie.
Aye.
Convy.
Yes, aye.
Beth.
Aye.
All right. So we had on the agenda committee reports. I'm kind of assuming that, does anyone have anything that they need to share in that category? I actually did have a question. Are the Friends meeting over Zoom? No, okay.
Not that I know of, although one of them did go to one of the statewide Friends meetings a while ago. You know, I think it was Candy when Nikki went, and it was some of it was. Did I tell you about this? It was about virtual book sales.
No.
So, but yeah, other than that, I actually haven't heard much from them either. So maybe I could check in with them. I mean, Candy and Nikki's still doing the job of treasurer, and other people are sending out the notices for membership. So she does come and get the checks and things. We didn't ask for the 3,000 from the Friends this year because of COVID. We didn't have to spend the total amount for the materials, and it was so they didn't give us the 3,000. But I think that's about all I know about the Friends. Do you want me to check with them, or?
I was just curious if one of us should be attending their Zoom meetings, you know, like.
No, they're not.
You know, I didn't.
Well, they don't have a book sale. They, you know.
Yeah, like, right. Yeah.
I suspect that the Friends is on suspension for a while until the library is fully opening, and
right.
They probably won't be meeting. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, other than collecting membership dues, that's all. And Candy paying the bills. She pays for the Wi-Fi, and you know they paid for the Read Squared and things like that. They're very accessible, you know, if we need it.
Okay. Do you want me to pull up the director's report?
Which is a pretty brilliant, I have to say.
Really? Whoa, it took me a long time.
Pretty impressive.
Thank you, Beth. So the ARIS, they're giving us more time for the ARIS, and it's going to be due the same time as the financial report, I think. But Lisa is so bogged down, and she gives me some of the statistics. So I hate to start on it right now, but hopefully we'll start on it this month.
Can I ask a freshman question?
Sure,
what is
Jim.
ARIS?
Oh, I'm sorry. So the state requires 2 reports for accreditation, and the ARIS is the statistical report, like how many books do we have, how many books circulate, and that kind of thing. And then the financial report's all about money. How much do we spend on books? How much do we spend on DVDs? That kind of thing. How much do we spend on electricity? So
what does the acronym stand for? Do you know?
I don't remember. I may have known at one
As long
time.
as it's not important, I'm happy.
Yeah, probably annual something.
All
But,
reading is special.
I wish it was that. It's like doing income tax for the library.
Oh,
except-
wonderful.
Yeah, it's very, you know, it's all done online almost. Yeah, it's pretty intense, actually. How many programs did you have? How many people came to the programs? You know, if you want to know more details, I can tell you. But
I'm satisfied.
Convy was the one who always signed them. So Jessica, you're the one who's be signing them if you're around.
I'm ready.
Good question, though. So the budget, I wrote the budget process is underway. Little did I know the meeting was tonight. But that was why, you know, Ed was asking me all these questions yesterday. So I did call Francine a while ago. I think I told you, and I asked her about, you know, I told her about the MAR in case she didn't know, and the disproportionate cuts that would affect our accreditation. And then I saw Chris Fowle. What's her name? Chris
Fowles.
Fowles. Yeah, she was outside the library one day with I can't remember. She used to be a trustee. It's embarrassing. Cindy, yeah, Cindy. And so they were putting the survey out on the bench. So Cindy asked, is there anything we can do for the library? And so I cornered Chris and I talked about the MAR and disproportionate cuts, so she asked a question about what does that mean, disproportionate to which departments and so on. So I did email Liz Babbitt at the Mass Board of Library Commissioners, and she explained, and do you want me to send you her email about disproportionate cuts?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
That'd be good.
Yeah, I hadn't thought of it, but
Yeah.
I did send it to Ed. So it's compared to the municipal department's average overall. They take out things like debt service, education, and work from the adjusted budgets for each department. And so I don't know if you can see it, but there's a whole form that she sent in a link. I had no idea about any of this, but because you expect more libraries to have waivers, I guess more directors are asking these kind of questions. So there's like a 2-page form that they use to figure out the percentage change in the budget from one year to the next and compare it to all the other departments. So if you remember that one year of Faith, I think you were there, Convey probably, where they did that disproportionate cut that we weren't expecting and we didn't know till we went to the select board meeting.
Yes.
And so that was when, well, you don't, with COVID, it's hard to remember everybody's name. But there was a woman on finance who's a regular patron, Pellegrini, and she was very helpful. She was on the finance committee at the time, and she sat down and calculated what percentage cut that was, and it was huge, like 15% or 19%. And they did adjust it, and like we talked about, most of the select board agreed to adjust it. Anyway, so that's what's meant by disproportionate cut. It's disproportionate in percentage compared to other departments. So in that email,
It was Chris that was talking about that? Is that what you said?
she asked that question, and that's why I got more information from Mass Board of Library Commissioners. You don't have to put that in the minute, but let's see. So Ed did say in his email about the meeting tonight that they expect a big cut. I think that's what he said. So I don't know exactly what's going to happen, but so then I gave you the MAR, which is it's not that much over last year's request, and that's what I have for the budget. Any questions? We handed in the budget so long ago that it was hard to remember anything. But luckily, I had a copy at home because I didn't get that email till late today. So, okay, curbside pickup, believe it or not, we're in our 5th week. It seems to be going well. We have between 35 and 50 pickups a day. I mean, sometimes it's 20 or 25, but the week of July 4th, it was 50. So, what, Linda?
I said, that's a lot.
Yeah, it's keeping us very busy. So people are using the email, they're calling a lot, and only a few people are using the form. But we also get a lot of questions, and we have to renew library cards over the phone now. And Johanna is bundling books for families, like if they'll give her camping or cooking, she'll bundle a bunch of books, checking out each one to them. So, we're still offering all the services over the phone, help with, Overdrive. And Emily's been doing videos, so like how to search the catalog, how to do, download from Overdrive. She's done a nice job. She did the summer reading program video trailer, which is amazing. If you haven't seen it, you should watch it. It's really really professional.
Really good. It's very good.
So now we've started to use, can everybody hear me okay?
The jets.
The jets are over my house.
It was my house. I was going to mute it. Yeah.
Oh, well, they just went by. I waved.
I was wondering what it was. So we've started to use curbside pickup for promoting our events. We're, Xeroxing copying flyers and putting them in the bags or putting them on the curbside table. We put the little adult summer reading program brochures that Faith designed and the raffle tickets in the bags. It's really kind of hard to get the word out. You know, when we were open, people would come in and we'd push the summer reading program, but
Yeah.
a lot of people aren't looking online. They're not looking in the website or the newsletter. So we've come up with this, which hopefully will get the word out, because we do have a ukulele class for teens and adults, and Johanna was the only one who took it this week. So we're hoping,
Oh,
yeah, there's 2 more. So, and I put the next one in the report, so that we're hoping some people will sign up for that. So there's some good stuff happening. And let's see.
what about putting a message up on one of the community signs?
Well, we haven't done that, but we have programs like for 2 months, you know?
I know, but couldn't I say Edwards Public Library Summer Reading Program, go to?
Yeah, if somebody wants to take that on, that would be great.
No, but I'll do it. So
Okay.
what do we want to say? Edwards Public?
Oh, we can email back and forth. Why don't you
Okay.
come up with a text and I'll look at it tomorrow and we
Deal.
can work on it?
You know,
Yeah.
Barbara, I wonder if it's because a lot of people don't have Zoom or you know, they're not using Zoom.
Well, I was thinking that Emily should do a guide on using Zoom. She's only 9 hours a week, so, but they're not all just Zoom. Some of them are available on YouTube and other.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure.
Yeah, you know, I don't know either, but up until this, I mean, I sort of knew about Zoom, but it was nothing that was in my realm that I was using. Unlike Don, who, you know, was using it all the time because of his work, but
I thought it was just a way to live life.
yeah, I mean, well, I just think it's for a lot of people, I don't know if they're really, how they're utilizing. If they have children, they probably are orientated to it, but
If they have children, yes, they have to use Zoom,
But if they don't have children, they probably don't know how to use it. Yeah. Or
Right.
want, I don't know, you know, so.
Like my granddaughter, that's how they did a couple classes every week.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
that's my granddaughter also.
3rd grade, so.
Yeah, I'm sure it might be keeping some people. Also, I'm not sure, like, people's schedules, the ukulele classes 2:00 in the afternoon. I don't know what it is, but we're doing, well, that's why we're handing out the flyers.
Yeah, yeah.
Some of the ages were older, like 13.
Yeah, so some of the programs are for teens and adults, and most of them are younger. So yeah, it's a new thing. It's a whole new thing, this virtual thing, and you know.
Right. We're doing with my quilt guild. It's complicated, but your list of offerings is quite impressive.
Thank you. Yeah, Johanna's done the bulk of it, and she's, you know, it's all new, and she hates it because she would rather do it in person, but
Right.
Yeah.
she's taken it on, and it's a lot.
Yeah. Has the reading part of it, though, has that been well attended?
It's kind of early to tell. It started last week. You know, we got more raffle tickets back than I expected for the adults. But Johanna would have the statistics. I think it was 20 adults. I forget how many teens, 60 children. It's not what it used to be, but
Yeah.
it's only been a week. Yeah.
Yeah.
And let's see.
How do they get the raffle tickets back?
That's what I was
Well,
going
if they're doing the paper ones, they just bring it to us at curbside,
Yeah.
or they can put it in an envelope into the book drop,
Okay.
and then Johanna has to enter everything. But I did do it online, you know, I read one.
Okay.
I did a review on it, you know, and everything. So people are doing it online, some people.
Okay. Well, I have to admit, I have to be guilty. I've not really looked at the online, so I will do that tonight.
It's actually pretty easy. The link's
I'm
on
sure
the
it is.
website.
Just-
Yeah. It's kind of
About
interesting.
Reed Square, right?
Read Squared. Yeah, it's kind of interesting to do it, because to see how it works. But that wasn't the only platform. The one that a lot of libraries are using was more expensive, and you had to sign up for 3 years. It's called Beanstack.
Oh.
So
Yeah.
there's a few of them, and Johanna went with this one because it wasn't as expensive, and it was only for a year. But it's a way to find out, some libraries were using virtual programs before this.
Mhm.
Some of the bigger ones out eastern part of the state. One thing about what's happened is we are Zooming with libraries all over the state. It's pretty interesting. Like it used to be, if I wanted to go to a user council, I'd have to drive, who knows where, to Sturbridge or, sometimes the eastern part of the state. So I didn't really go to that many, but now I can go to them.
Right.
And
Yeah.
finding they're getting a big turnout. So, I go to Mass Board of Library Commissioners Zoom all over the state. I go to CW Mars on Central and Western. So it's pretty interesting. We may continue that. I don't know. I hope so, because it's much easier.
Excuse me, I have to leave. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's right. You said
I
so.
have another meeting, a guild meeting, Quilt Guild meeting, but Barbara, did you get the money from the Mothers Club?
Yes, thank you. Johanna
Okay.
showed me. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, you should have asked for more. But anyway, it's all
I
good.
don't know what she asked for.
300. Only
Yeah, that must be what she asked for.
Yeah. Anyway, thanks you guys. I think you're all doing a brilliant job, and I'll see you at the next meeting.
Yes.
Thank you. Bye, Beth.
Bye.
Okay, so besides all the duties with the curbside, which involves we have to go get the books and we have to check them out. We have a whole system for keeping track of everything. And, we have to check all the emails and the phone numbers. But then we have to do our regular work. And so we're all very busy. It's a little crazy, but we're hanging in there. So any questions on the curbside pickup?
I'm just excited that I see CW Mars is going to start on the 20th. Hallelujah.
Yes. Hallelujah. So I was on a meeting with CW Mars yesterday, which was not the first one I went on. And yes, July 20th, after the last meeting, we talked about it. They sent out a survey. And the problem is some libraries haven't even gone on delivery yet, like Worcester, some of the big ones. So that was what was holding it up partly. But
Really?
also just to get, it was all shut down, and just to get the warehouse going again and getting all the bins that were sitting there for 2 months, it's been a big project for them. But yeah, July 20th, which is coming soon. And let's see. So we got into a discussion besides CW Mars Delivery on, reopening. And there were over 50 directors on there. And as I wrote here, there were a handful of people who actually had opened their libraries. They were not in no library I'm familiar with, not around here. So it was interesting because everybody was asking them questions about what it was like. Unfortunately, one of them has already had to close for a possible COVID case, and they're quarantined for 2 weeks. But that's the part of the reason most of us are doing teams. Johanna, Robert Rosinski, and I are on one team, and Emily, Lisa, and Mary Robinson are another. We're trying so that if somebody does get it, you still have to shut the library down to clean it, but you don't have to do the quarantine for 2 weeks. At least that's what's been explained to me. So most of the libraries are doing the teams, and it is a little hard because you have less people there, at any one time. But let's see. So everybody's doing things slightly differently. Some are making 30-minute appointments. You have to sanitize between each appointment set. Most places are removing furniture and not encouraging patrons to sit down. So children usually aren't allowed in. Some are making appointments so that children can come with their family, a small group, at a certain time. There's limited browsing where libraries are moving new materials and other things into the main area, and then staff pulls the books from the stacks that they want. And computer use, some of them don't even have the computer use yet. And You can't really help the patrons unless you get special software, maybe. Some people are talking about that. But patrons can bring another person to help them use the computer, like a family member or somebody. So any questions on CWR's delivery and the whole meeting?
No, it's just great that it's going to happen because that'll give people more choices for books, which will be nice.
Yes.
I think the other thing is probably people are really missing is the computer area for those who don't have computers. That's
Right.
probably the hardest for a lot of those others people, but.
Yeah, we actually haven't had people asking. What
good.
people are asking is, when are you going to open? And they expect it to look like, back in March.
Oh, yeah, no.
So we have to explain it's not going to look like that, and
Yeah.
but okay, so do you want to move it up a little bit, Jessica? Thank you. So
Question.
Go ahead, Debbie.
When the books come in from CW Mars, do you have to quarantine them, or will they just keep going?
Yes, I sent you the quarantine information.
Yeah.
Yeah, so even though Governor Baker's statement says 24 hours, MBLC, because of all the research, says 72 hours, and that research is being done by Realm, and that's the museums, libraries, and then this research company are producing that research. So I sent it to you.
Yeah,
Plus, it's also from another place that 72 hours. So yeah, we're all doing that, and we're using the meeting room. And it's not that bad. We just empty the book drop with gloves and masks and put it in the meeting room and date it, and
Yeah, I think that's good. I was wondering, like, when they come from CW Mars, do you have to do?
Oh, yeah. Well, we do the bins. We put the whole bin there.
Yeah, okay. I was just curious.
Yeah. We got 9 bins one day.
Oh, wow.
Well, actually, maybe that was in a week. Now we are on our old schedule, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. We get the bin. So, any other questions? Yes, I agree with you, Convi. It'll be a game changer.
Well, for me.
No, for everybody, really.
Yeah.
For me, I've been buying books on Amazon when I can't find them. Oh, by the way, you can pick up curbside at any library if you're willing to drive there, but most of them have appointments. We have a time frame, but some actually have, like, Forbes has 15-minute appointments, and you have to book your appointment online. I mean, they have a huge number of people. They had like 400 people to contact with holds when they first opened. So at end of the fiscal year is a little hard this year because we were shut down. We weren't getting Ingram boxes. And then when we opened up, I kept calling them. We didn't get any. I found out from Easthampton and Forbes they were getting them. So I started to call and bother the woman, the rep. And then one day we got 7 boxes. So, but they were dated July 2nd, the invoices. So I talked to Vicki, and Johanna and I sent her all of our orders that had the dates on them that we ordered the items. She's going to encumber the invoices so that they can be taken out of FY20 because, we had quite a bit of money left in there. So that's really good. I spent a lot of time with Amazon. We had a lot of trouble, and so now it's in Vicki's hands because Amazon says we didn't pay 3 invoices and the town says we did. So, but Vicki says it's not just us. She has issues with Amazon with other departments. So we can't order anything from Amazon. So, the 2 wall dispensers we got, there are no refills for them at all. So Ed found some hand sanitizers with pumps on Amazon, but we couldn't get them. So I asked him to get us some. So it'll take a few weeks, I think, to iron that out.
I'm delighted we can't deal with Amazon.
I'm going to actually put out to the listserv what if people use other companies to get DVDs, because I've pretty much had it with them.
What is Ingram?
Ingram is our book distributor. So Baker and Taylor and Ingram are the 2 big ones that libraries use. There used to be more, but of course it's all been kind of consolidated, So we get almost all our books from Ingram and some of our books on CD. But when I came to the library, we were getting DVDs from Amazon, and we've continued with that. But we also get other things from Amazon, like the coffee maker, you know, that random things.
Yeah.
It is easy to use when it works.
You're breaking my heart.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't like it either. Especially after all the phone calls I've had to make. And I don't know if I should go into details, but I have to deal with a place called Synchrony Bank, not even Amazon most of the time.
Oh, yeah.
It's awful. And anyway, HVAC. So I read an article about, you know, everybody's talking about, you know, HVACs and air quality. So I read an article about libraries, and it talked about airflow. So I called up, you know, I got in contact with our HVAC people. Keith he's very nice. We had a long conversation on the phone, and then he did come to do maintenance. But it's a big problem for HVAC companies, for these experts who balance the systems, because they don't really know what, you know, what he said the value should be. I'm not exactly sure what that is. But so they're sort of in the same position as a lot of us, you know. It's all new. And so he did the best he could. And he did say, thank you, Convi. I didn't realize I had a window. So we have windows in the library that open. So he said we could use them, but not for long periods of time and all that. Yeah. And I don't know what's going to happen in the winter, but it is good to get fresh air as recommended. So health department, Jerry Swanson has been very helpful. She came in person when we were talking about the plexiglass barriers and other things. And I've been on the phone with her since. For instance, with phase 3, Johanna has some live events. You know, you hear on the radio, you can have 100 people outside in an enclosed area. Well, that's not for everything. I'm not even sure what it's for. But anyway, so each area has its own requirements. So Johanna's events we found are in the park and they're educational, so it fit under that category. The camps have other things. Theaters have other things, other requirements. So basically right now she can have 12 people, including the instructors. So she's had 2 live events. One was the book group, which was full. And then she had a hike for hike and scavenger hunt. So I don't know if you remember, there was a woman from some organization, which I can't even remember the name of, a conservation group that was going to do programs for us for free. So that's what all this is. The soil, the hike and scavenger hunt was that woman, and a number of things are from this. They got a grant from this organization, some
That was Kestrel.
conservation group. What?
I think it was Kestrel.
No, it was related to Kestrel, but it's she knew, I know why you're thinking of that. She knew that person who was supposed to do a program for us from Kestrel. But anyway, it's in probably a previous set of minutes, but let's see. So she's also helped us with figuring out how many people can be allowed in the library at one time. It's based on square footage count. You have to count the staff. So it's 11 counting the staff at this point. So you can't count like the office or areas like that in the square footage. And then we counted in the bookshelves take so much space in the back. So she said Town Hall has no date yet for reopening. I know Easthampton Town Hall may open September 1st, but Southampton doesn't have a date. So luckily from the Hampton Reads group, we were Zooming for Hampton Reads and we got into this whole thing about COVID. So now we've been meeting, which has been hugely helpful, helping each other get materials, you know, sanitizer, all that stuff, masks. So we're meeting tomorrow. We met with last week and we talked about opening. So we're going to need a lot of signage, and Nora Blake from Easthampton is going to check out signage at Paradise Copies. That's probably where we're getting it. They make it for a lot of businesses. And Puffer's Pond is out of business. Puffer's Pond. Water on the brain. Puffer's Printing is closed in Easthampton, so we pretty much have to use Paradise Copies. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they had a sign on their window months ago. That's how I found out. But
wow.
So Paradise is doing this. You know, we need the signs on the rugs, 6 feet, and you know, and we're going to need, we got signs there. The curbside signs were from Paradise, but we're going to need more. And so let's see, Adam Novick from Lilly had this idea, which other people have talked about, is to start smaller, like open 2 days a week, keep the curbside the other days, and then increase, get used to it, see how it's going, how are people responding, and then increase. And so a lot of us like that idea. And let's see. Also, so you start small, like you would add the computers after you've opened and see how things go. And you have to do a lot of sanitizing, so we have to figure out how long that's going to take.
Barbara, what if the kids go back to school, which it looks like they're going to, why can't the children come to the library?
Well, because there's a lot of reasons. They touch things, they run away from their parents. This is a general thing that is all over the state from what I've heard. It's but people are making appointments. Johanna, as I said here, would like to make appointments for a family to come when we're closed.
Yeah.
And, also, you have to keep the numbers down because of the air quality and all that, and you have to keep to like 11 people, including staff.
Mm-hmm.
So if a family comes, but I think it's mostly because of the touching, and all the toys have been put in the meeting room. We had to clear everything out.
Okay.
No chairs.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Even the big lion.
Yeah, everything is stripped. Yeah.
Okay.
So, but she would really like to make appointments for families, and she was thinking of Wednesday morning because that's when story hour was. But I mean, this all could change. Things are flexible. I mean, they are constantly changing, and I'm not sure all kids are going back. I know a lot of people who are planning on homeschooling myself. So, Jessica, did you raise your hand?
Yeah, we've already withdrawn the kids.
Yeah, I hear that from quite a few people. Mm-hmm. So, it all depends on how COVID is going at the time. And I keep track now. I found out that you can go to the MassGov site, COVID-19 cases by town. Does everybody know that?
Yes.
So
yes.
I've been keeping track of, how much where it's going. And certain cities like West Springfield, it has increased more than others, Springfield. So even, those two seem to be increasing Holyoke more than other places. But that's what it depends on, how people behave, if they wear masks, if they social distance. Luckily, Massachusetts and the governor's been doing well, but it all depends, right?
Barbara,
Exactly.
I've noticed in some of the libraries that have been reopening in Connecticut, where they've been having small groups come in or make appointments to come in, that they've kept the restrooms closed to the public. Is that something?
Thank you. That's my next phone call to Jerry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because exactly. So some of these libraries that were on that call do close them.
Yeah.
But I have to check on that because that would be a big help.
It would, for your staff and for hygiene. It would really help.
Yeah, that's exactly. I would like to keep them closed. Yeah, I mean, I can't remember the other reasons about children. That's what comes to mind. It's just running around, touching things, spreading. Maybe the little ones don't wear masks. I don't know. Do you think that's just what people are talking about? Jessica?
Okay. No, I just was wondering, especially, I'd be curious to see when the schools opened up, if parents, if they'll push more to have their kids come to the library or not. I don't know. I have no idea.
Well, Johanna's in touch with a lot of the families. She bundles books for them. It's sad.
Yeah,
what are you going to do? I mean, we don't like any of this,
No.
But
and I think part of the reason why your Zoom programs and things may not have attracting a large number of population is because a lot of families with the remote learning have, pretty much need a break from all the Zoom meetings that the kids are involved in.
Yeah.
it's just, it was a lot.
Yep.
So, especially with the younger children where the parents have to be there with them and connect with them. That I think that's one of the reasons, nothing, against your programs or your advertising, but it's kind of a Zoom burnout for some families.
Well, I get Zoom burnout. I have days where I have 3 Zooms and I'm ready to hang it up.
The school did send out a survey that parents did fill out, and we did get the results back that 87% of families are comfortable with sending their kids back to school.
Oh, really?
That was a high percentage. We were
That
surprised.
is. Yeah, wow.
What was the percentage of parents who responded to the survey?
I don't know. I'd have to look back at that. But 87. So
Where was that survey conducted?
for Hampshire Regional School District.
Wow.
I believe that. My daughter-in-law and son, they cannot wait till the kids go back to school. They're not worried, and the kids do wear masks. So, but they plan to send them. So, and all their friends are planning to send them. So, I don't know. We'll see.
Where is that? Where is that?
They're in Worcester. They're in Worcester.
Oh, in Worcester.
So
One of the big factors is, though, even though the kids may have resistance to the diseases, they bring it home.
Right.
And the teachers too.
Yeah, but grandma and grandpa and people in the house. And my daughter she lives north of Atlanta, but she volunteered to go into the inner city because they were getting overrun with COVID cases. And so she worked 2 shifts in the inner city in Atlanta, and she's devastated. She can hardly speak. She said she never saw so much pain and suffering, and 29 people on ventilators in her ICU unit. And it's scary, and the idea of pushing school before it's safe is ridiculous.
Well, the problem is a lot of people don't see this. They don't experience COVID. They don't know anybody who died from COVID. And so they don't wear masks, I think, in some places,
Well, I think in Massachusetts, coming back here, I've been amazed that everybody I see has a mask on. I mean, I know it's mandatory in here. Back in Florida, it wasn't. So, I mean, it's really great here. I mean, everybody does the social distancing. I have felt very comfortable going out, to the grocery stores because everybody stays away. Everybody has their masks on. It's been. I think people have done a good job as far as that part. So,
well, that's why the numbers are better.
Yeah. So, and I listened to a program on NPR. There were like 5 or 6 educators on from different countries, France and Germany and Thailand, that all had opened up. And, some of the schools didn't have any problems at all. Others did, like Israel had a real problem, but it was mainly with the older kids. So it's so, there's so many variables going out there that nobody knows, it's scary. So we just have to hope for the best, so.
Yeah, I know they're talking about using tents, like Easthampton City Hall is using some tents. Northampton High school system is talking about using tents, but I don't know what they'll do in the winter.
Yeah, it's a little cold.
Yeah, I think so.
One thing that was brought up was possibly bringing in trailers and putting them on the parking lots.
Oh.
I did read the draft. The draft is out. It's not made public yet. That should be made public probably within the next week. But lots of different.
They have the plan for the school reopenings, Jen?
Yeah, it's a draft.
Is that for Norris also, Hampshire Regional?
Hampshire Regional.
What are they going to do about busing?
Busing looks like it will be 1 child per seat, but it's going to be staggered. Like if you get on the bus, there'll be X's where kids can seat, but all seats will be filled. It just, it'll be a staggered seating.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what do you mean they're all going to be filled in staggered seating?
So like 1 child would sit in the first seat closest to the window, and then on the opposite side of the alley, it would be closest to the walkway. And then the second seat would be, so the way they have it, it will be 6 feet
Like a zigzag almost.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And we did
almost like a
get,
zigzag.
an email asking, if do you need transportation? We opted not, we could drive our own kids, but I think they're looking for, parents to hopefully drive their kids and not use a bus seat if they don't have.
Yeah.
So.
Interesting. Okay, do you want to move it up, Jessica? We'll go to summer. I think we talked about
Covered
summer
that.
reading. We've already talked about that, I think.
Okay.
So we've been doing staff meetings via Zoom every week because we're in these two teams, and I also check in by phone almost every day. Let's see, we've talked about the teams. So we have had a couple of volunteers come in because it's Robert Wazinski is a sub, but he hasn't getting paid because he does get, that unemployment from his school job, which he has during the school year. So he's been there a lot of hours, and I don't know what we would have done without him. And Mary Robinson is covering the new books. And Faith and Jen have been helping with summer reading. So one of the things about opening, I think I forgot to mention this, is Jerry said if we do what stores do, grocery stores, if we don't want appointments, people would line up outside 6 feet apart, and there'd have to be a greeter type person who would let them in when somebody left. I mean, that's only if it's really crowded. Some of these libraries that have opened said they're not as busy as they thought they would be. But anyway, if there's more than, say, 8 people, then there'd be a lineup, and the person has to make sure they wear a mask and use hand sanitizer before they enter the main part of the building. So that would take another person. We might have to bring in a volunteer if we do that. Okay, then there's Johanna's report, and then I did some of the events. I only did a few of them, but
Good.
Okay, so lots going on. But it's nice to do curbside. I think that's working really well. People seem to be.
Yeah, just to get books is wonderful. So,
Great, thank you. So do we have anything else? Any new business we need to discuss?
Now, I just wanted to bring up for Linda, I talked with Lucy Dalton at the town hall because I updated the website. And she said that all you have to do, Linda, well, one of the reasons you couldn't do anything on the website because you didn't have permission to do it. So she has actually put you on there. So, but she said,
I was using Debbie's
oh, okay. Well,
password,
but she said if you just email her, like tonight, just email her the minutes.
I'll wait till tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow. Okay. But you know what I'm saying?
Tired.
You can just go ahead and email her. That's all you have to do. And as long as she has them she has them there, then that's fine. We'll be okay. So just as an FYI to know that. So, all right.
And also, Dawn, your wife was wanting to be a trustee. How are you about waiting till?
Wait until we survive the apocalypse? Yeah, I'm fine. It's fine. I got nothing else going on right now, so might as well, right?
Okay. Well, just let us know,
Yeah, no, it's totally fine.
Yeah.
We actually talked about it. I was like, you should be on the Zoom meeting, not me going in the basement right now. And she's like, but I can't get signatures and all this boom, boom, boom. And I'm like, well, we'll figure it out, whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Thank you.
Yes. Yeah.
So I guess we need to figure out if we're going to have a meeting when?
August. Yes. So what do we think?
Well, that's only a couple weeks, so do you want to?
Well, we could have it a different week in August, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I mean, how do you feel, Barbara? Because you're like in the center of the activity.
Yeah.
Does it help or does it
Well, if I had known there was going to be a budget meeting tonight, I would have picked a different date, but I didn't know. Well, Jessica and I worked it out, we talked about it, and then, because last week would have been awful, there was so much going on, and we didn't know as much as we do now. So,
should we just say September? I mean, it'll be the first week in September. It's not that long.
Yeah.
It's going to fly by.
And if Barbara decides she needs a meeting, we could schedule one.
Yeah. I mean, it's not hard to do the Zoom, getting everybody together, and just as long as someone in the town is available. But you're right. And Barbara's been good about sending us out updates, so if you can just send us an update on what's going on, and then
I'll send you updates in August. Because we are the local, are talking about September 1st. So we'll see how it goes. For maybe opening for 2 days. And so the thing is, I don't want to stop curbside, so do others. So some libraries are having to stop curbside when they open, because of staff issues and other issues. So
your idea to start slow and add the in-person, see how many people actually come in. You don't want to eliminate the curbside if the majority of people might still be using curbside.
Right.
Your slow approach seems good.
Yeah, that's what all of us ended up agreeing on, that we like the slow approach. And you can always add stuff. It's hard to take it away.
Yes, I agree with you.
And safety is the main concern.
Right.
Safety is the main thing, yes.
And I know I'm going to sound repetitive, but now that we're going to have CW Mars, I mean, I think people, I know I'm bad, but we'll have access to, books, which will be great, so that I think will be helpful to many people. Will probably want to just stay with curbside for that reason, because they can just go and order their books and just pick it up. So so I think that's the best of both worlds. We can go slow, but yet we'll still have books. So
well, that's why we need our certification. So I don't know if anybody wants to go to the select board meeting tonight, but I just hope they, don't cut us disproportionately. So. Well,
do you feel that Ed is, he's understanding of what we need?
I hope so. I mean, I hope so. We've talked about it. I sent him the emails. I've talked to Francine and Chris.
Okay.
I just don't know what they'll do, It's up to the select board.
It's a virtual, Zoom. Is it a Zoom meeting?
I think, did I send you the link?
Yeah.
Yeah, I sent the trustees the link. Yeah, anybody can go to it, I think. I mean, I knew there was a select board meeting, but I didn't know it was a budget meeting.
I went.
How many people were on it?
I went into it.
Don, how many people were on it, do you know?
It was like 4 or 5.
That was small.
It was like 625 though. It was
only 4 or 5 at 625? Because he sent it to all the department heads. Well, maybe it won't be so bad. You know me, I'm kind of nervous about budget stuff. I wish I wasn't.
Home, Don.
What?
Don has a very interesting home. I only have books. He's got a tiger.
That's one of those. He knows how to use those things.
Oh my God! This is
Don, what do they call them?
Green screen.
I can't see Don. Where is he?
Yeah.
Brady Bunch.
Barbara, I think if Ed and then Francine and those guys, if they know about the certification part of it, hopefully that's the key thing that they will. They'll zoom on, because I don't think they really want us to go backwards.
No, and Ed said he had to do a waiver at the when he was mayor in West Springfield. So he said he remembers it. So I mean, hopefully that other time was a glitch when it happened to us.
Yeah.
So.
Do you know what time we were what they were going to cover the library's meeting?
No, I mean, it just said it started at 6, and I didn't get any more information. But I emailed him that I would go on after this meeting.
Okay.
But there were 2 department heads who couldn't make it. Jerry Swanson and Martha couldn't make it. So, I mean, it was last minute, Yeah, I don't know. They might not even make a decision tonight. I think it's the beginning of it. I'm not sure, But I know Gloria said she'd watch it or record it. So hoping for the best.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are we, can I real quick before we adjourn, can we, so we would be looking at September 3rd for the next meeting, or do we want to do August 30th just in case there is a September 1st opening? I'm sorry, August 27th is what I should have said. Just so we can set the next meeting for the minutes.
The 3rd is September. Oh, I'm looking at August.
Yeah, so August 27th, if you want us to meet before September 1st, just in case there is a partial opening or something.
September 1st is primary day also.
The 27th is?
September 1st.
September 1st. Oh.
So it's either the 27th or the 3rd.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, maybe the 27th would be better. Are people away?
Probably.
Unfortunately, I don't.
I'll be on a cruise then, but no.
Well, people are going away,
Yeah.
Cape and stuff like that, but not me probably. Okay,
Yeah,
so
I'll set
we
that.
could, you'll set it up for that 6:30 on the 27th. So at least curbside's going well. Yay!
Yes.
It's fun. Robert Basinski absolutely loves doing it. He
Good.
did it on Tuesday, with us, and he finds it very exciting.
Yeah, he's enthusiastic.
Well, that's great.
He's amazing.
Yeah.
He is really funny. He has us laughing a lot. He's just so funny.
Yeah, he's a real asset to the library.
Oh, amazing. We're so lucky. We have a good team, But it's fun to watch him. He thinks it's so exciting.
Oh.
And he fixes everything. We got new phones. Everybody was complaining to me about the phones. I think they were there since the building was, built probably. And some of them weren't working, blah, blah, blah. So I went to Staples. I got some phones he found online, and he actually reads manuals, and he put them together, and everybody loves them. So there you go. But he's constantly fixing things.
Good.
Yeah.
Send him to my house.
He'll read your manual. You better, or you can get it online. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's been I don't know how he would have done it without him for this team thing, but luckily he's not working this summer. So.
Anything else, or do we have a motion to adjourn?
I make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I second it.
We'll do a super fast roll call, I guess. So Linda?
Yes, I second it. And I third it. And I agree.
Jessica, aye. Jim?
Aye.
Jean?
Aye.
I said Janine. Mark?
Aye.
Jen?
Aye.
Debbie?
Aye.
Gahanvi?
Yes, aye.
Faith?
Aye.
Don?
Hey.
Oh, look at
Like
your
those
screen.
books.
Look at your
Yeah,
screen.
look at those
Have a
books.
good night.
Wow.
I have a large
Big
library.
book fan.
You do. We'll go to your house to get books.
I have 1 million of them everywhere. So.
Oh, jeez. Well, it's good to see everybody.
Yes.
Thank you very
All
much.
right, take care, everybody.
you.
Bye.
Stay
Bye.
healthy.
Thank you.
Bye.